Okay, I've been with the company for right around 5 years, and it was the infants. It was the beginning of the company when I got here. Um, what I liked about it is that the owners actually knew my name, knew me by name. They were there to help me. Sometimes in the middle of the night, I would call the owners up and say, "Hey, David, what you need? Hey, So I can't sit here and tell you that it's 100% positive. You're gonna have a smashing time here or nothing, but as far as employment goes, you will be more comfortable here than you will be at an average big carrier or even a medium-sized carrier. I got reminded of something a while back as a driver. Me being a professional driver for over 20 years, I was in a lot of big companies, a couple of big companies before I came here. I got reminded of something about a year, a little bit less than a year ago. I was coming back from Denver, Colorado, and I seen one of our trucks when I got off in Grand Junction. And, it was snowing outside. It was really bad. I had beat the chain restriction and all that stuff, but it had just went up and came down and it was going back up. I seen the MC Carrier truck, and I waved at the guys. I didn't know who they was because I couldn't see them because they were on the opposite side of the street. So I didn't pay no mind. I parked at the pilot right there in Grand Junction. And me and my partner got out of our truck, was finna go inside and all that stuff. And the truck that I seen pulled up. And I didn't believe it. I was shocked. I mean, not that they always have worked hard, but I didn't believe that I seen the two owners of this company driving in snow and ice at the worst part of any driver would want to drive to Denver, Colorado. They were coming back too, and they had forgot their fuel cards. And they asked us to use ours, and we all sat there for a minute. These are actual owners of the company, actual owners. That reminded me that yes, everything's not perfect anywhere you go, but that reminded me that I'm happier being here than I am just about any other company. And that's a story that I even tell my wife. I went home and told my wife. I went home and told my friends. The owners of a company that's got over 100 trucks was driving in the middle of bad weather where other drivers didn't want to do it. The run had to be done. That was something to me. I don't know if anybody else have, but it kind of made me feel good that they were willing to go on the battlefield with me. Oh, that's funny. I was out of work and I was actually making money doing stuff on the side. I do a little bit of labor type work when I ain't got a job, but it was bad and the economy was bad. It was just picking back up. And me and my wife had just bought this minivan right around the corner from this place. And we were on our way home, and she said, why don't you just take Tropicana? I said, no, I can go around here and just take Valley View and we go straight back to the house. And we turned on the corner here on Valley View, and I forget what this is, the other street is. But we turned on the Valley View, and bam, there was a big old sign that said, looking for drivers. And you know how wives are. If you're not working, they're going to make sure they're going to find a way for you to work. She took down the telephone number and said, baby, you should try them out. I said, well, let's see. Let me give them a call. Gave them a call, and they told me to come down. I mean, I came down that day. I think I was hired like 3 days later, 2 or 3 days later. Or not even 2 days later, I think the following day, they called me and told me, everything's good. Would you be able to come in? I'm like, okay. And I think I started like maybe 2 or 3 days after I initially put the application in and took a drug test. Overall, all the staff here, even when we're in the battlefield and we don't agree, overall, 99.9% of the time, I'm okay with the staff. Yes, everybody in this industry is going to have little blowouts where they have disagreements and stuff like that. I would lie to you and tell you if it was perfect. It can't be perfect. But yes, the staff have overall treated me pretty good. Even when I was going through some hard times, they helped me out. And the owner himself has actually helped me out through some times. So it's overall, yes, staff is pretty good at this company. And we had a couple of bad apples and they got rid of them because they wasn't right for the drivers. But and like I said, as far as me having a relationship with the staff, I would say the staff probably have a good relationship with me, and I would probably say I have a pretty good relationship with the staff. Well, like I said, it's small. Small is getting bigger, but It's small, and it keeps the small old time feel to it. Like I said, when you can get on the phone and you got phone numbers to an owner of a company that makes the money that most of these companies make, it kind of makes you feel good. Hey, if I can't reach nobody else, I can call the owner. And they have gotten up at 3 o'clock in the morning. David, what's the problem? Hey man, I got a flat tire. I need some help. Oh, okay. Well, what you need me to do? I need EF checks. I need a check, or I need to know this guy needs to authorize it. And these are actual owners, not just sometimes I can't reach the regular people, but these are actual owners. So I don't know if that would make you feel good, but that make me feel good that a person is willing to go to battle with you. That's what I like the most about it. First 3 years, 2 years, 3 years, we had older equipment, and yes, there was breakdowns and stuff like that, but every time I had a breakdown, I was always able to get in contact at some point. Now, sometimes it would take a couple hours, but once we realize the problem, they get it fixed and I get rolling. Now, in a perfect world, a truck would never break down on the road. I can't speak about other drivers, but 90% of the time I break down. When I got back to base and said, look, I hobbled it back to base, this is the problem. When I was ready to go back out, the truck was fixed. So I can't speak about other drivers. I haven't had that many breakdowns on the road, so can't speak about that part of it because my breakdowns have been bare minimum here. So, but as far as me saying, hey, I need this fixed on the truck before I leave, and I'm leaving in 9 hours. Okay, it'll be fixed, and I get back and it's fixed. So, the last job I had that I was over 5 years was something that I actually liked. It's one of the things in the industry that I actually liked. I like moving equipment, but as far as me being here long term, I've been here 5 years. Since I lost that job that I had for like 8 years, this is the only job I've been at longer than 2 years. So that speaks for itself. As far as me planning on being here, hey, I want to become an owner operator one day. So I think, and I would stay here with this company because, like I said, I have no reason to leave because they never treated me just outright bad, And like, again, I know everything's not perfect because that would be feeding you hogwash. I can't tell you that it's perfect, but I can tell you this. 5 out of the 7 days that I'm here, I feel really good about being here. The 6th day, I feel okay. Now, there might be one day of the week I just had it rough, and I'm just like, I hate everything. I don't want to work at all today, but that's because I don't want to work at all. But it's not perfect, but it's the energy that you put out to this company will be the energy you get back. If you come in and you really want to take care of business, and they say, hey, look, man, I need you to do this. And you go do it, take care of your business. Hey, get your foot in the door. Eventually they'll be like, okay, well, we're going to help you out what you need done. I just got a partner of mine hired here. He was with a company on and off with that company for 5 years. And he tried to convince me to go to his company because he for like the last 3 years, his company started going to crap. And he started, well, I'm looking for a job, D. I'm thinking about leaving. I said, well, why don't you just come with us? And I told him about the new KimWorks. Oh, by the way, drivers, this company is not trying to go all automatic either. This company will give you a choice of what you want to drive. You want to drive an auto? Then they'll give you an automatic. But if you want to drive a stick, 13 speeds. They got KimWorks 13 speeds. My truck, I done had 2 brand new trucks here in the last 2 years, basically. And I do team. And for teams, hey, I know we make real good miles and we taken care of. 90%, 95% of the time we're taken care of. There's some times when things just don't happen the way it's supposed to, but it has nothing to do with the company. It might be a doctor slowed us up, something like that. But you guys, this is a good company. This company can be as big as one of the bigger carriers in a little while, but they won't have that feel to it because they're not straying off. They're not saying, okay, we don't need to listen to the drivers. And that was the problem with my partner. He's from North Carolina, and his company stopped listening to the drivers. The driver said we would prefer to have standard shifts because we're going, sometimes you send us to Washington, sometimes you send us up north. We would prefer to have standard shifts because we got more control of the truck. The older drivers wanted that, and they said, no, we're going all automatic. sometimes these companies don't listen. This company listens though. I've sat down with the owners and told them, look, man, I think this is a problem. You need to look at it at least. And 2 weeks later, the problem, they implicated something because I said it or somebody else said it. So, like I said, it's not perfect. The world's not perfect. But if you want to come with a good company that's going to look out for you and be there for you at 2 o'clock in the morning where somebody else may not be, come on over.